Hello, friends. Um, it is another week, and a lot has happened. No, I did not get any projects done, but it's okay. We persist. Um, so, hi, hello, how are you? I didn't introduce myself last video, but I am Morgan, also known as Tiny Mama Fox or Tiny Fiber Fox Studios here on the interwebs. I am a small artist, streamer, and crafter, and yeah, I'm also a wife and a cat mom, and I'm just here. Oh, I'm also a Christian. I like to point that out there because that is something that is a big part of me. I think my headphones are like squeaking against my glasses, which is ever so slightly annoying. So if you hear a little bit of a squeak, I'm sorry. Um, so yeah, this is sort of a meet the maker sort of deal, but also a vlog, not really a vlog, a podcast update. I don't know. I'm just here. So yeah, last week I talked about all of the whips and the ideas that I had. I have made progress on the skirt. This is the pleated crochet skirt by Shiler Crochets. I have made progress. I've added pink. Um, Not gonna lie, want to, I almost want to rip this out and use this yarn for something else. And get a yarn that's a little bit thicker. Um, and whatnot. I don't know. It's cute. Like, especially with the purple here. It looks like wisteria on top of trees. Um, but I don't know. I have this issue when I work on projects. I'm like, do I really like this? Am I really going to wear this and stick with it? I don't know. But that's my current dilemma with that skirt. Um, I don't have any other yarn right now currently to work with because I think I talked about last video that I think I might want to make a solid green skirt in this pattern and then crochet little flowers to add to it. Um, and I think that would be really cute. So I might end up saving up some money when I can. I can't do that right now, but when I can to buy like either a ombre green yarn or like a nice dark forest green to make that with. Um, Speaking of skirts, I actually have another skirt that I'm working on. Um, and I might be insane. This is my own pattern idea that I'm doing. I wanted a petticoat to go underneath the skirts that I have, but all of the crochet petticoat patterns, which there are very little in terms of petticoats, because most petticoats are sewn, but all of them were just not as, I don't know, voluminous in one go as I would wanted. And I don't really want to have to layer multiple petticoats, even though that is what you would do and historically what has been done. But I am making this. out of, I think it's size 10 crochet cotton, crochet thread. Um, and the idea, this is the front half. It's going to be made in a similar, I mean, it is going to be made in the same style as like a Victorian petticoat is, where um, you got a front half and a back half, but the bottom like is connected. It's just at your waist. It's separated, so you have ties. Um, and the idea is, for one, it'll be adjustable. So I don't have to worry about fluctuating in weight size and it not fitting. For two, I don't have to worry about like threading in um, like a drawstring. I hate that. I hate drawstrings with a passion. So um, I don't have to do that. And then I just like the idea of it. And so the other idea is I'm making this 24 inches long. That's how long I like my skirts. Um, that goes about mid calf on me. I'm 4'7". I am short. So 24 inches is decently long. Normal maxi skirts hit the floor on me, especially if I don't wear them up at my waist. If I wear them at my hips, no, they do not work. Which is why I got into sewing my own clothes. Um, which I will show the fabric for my next skirt currently in just a moment. Um, but as I go, I think because I want to have three ruffle tiers. Um, so I think what I'm gonna do is try and divide 20 by 3, because, or, okay, so if I do 21, there'll be 7 inches in between. And even though this is going to be 4 inches in depth, that should be fine. That should be fine. But I'm going to do a back loop only double crochet every 7 inches. And then in that back loop, like in the front loop of that double crochet, when I get done with the skirt, I will crochet around and add a ruffle um, as long as I need. So the bottom tier is likely going to have two other tiers on top of it. So a lot of yarn, a lot of crocheting, and hopefully I don't cut my finger with this yarn. I'm using a 1.8 millimeter hook. That's one of the steel hooks. Um, so yeah, hopefully I don't stab myself. I've seen people on TikTok where they, or at least one person, where they're doing filet crochet, which is also something I like to do. But they're doing filet crochet and they are crocheting so tight that they stab themselves. And I'm like, I don't I don't want to do that. So let's not and say we didn't. So, um I have not made any progress on the big bag, the backpack that I was working on. I thought about working on that yesterday. It's Friday, by the way, May 1st, which is why this is also a sort of meet the artist sort of deal. So I did not work on that at all this week, but I did start another like big bag like my brown and red one is. Um, Started that yesterday, I believe. Um, The square is not quite the size I want it to be yet, but that's okay. And it's like, it's cute, it's pretty. This will be added to the shop once I get it done and add a lining to it and everything. So I'm actually excited for this one. Almost do I not want to sell it. Almost. But it's okay. I'm using for that's the moss stitch square pattern, and I'm using a 5 millimeter furls crochet hook. I think I talked about this. I'm very bad at not remembering things. But I got this for my birthday um, last year, back in October. I don't use it often because right now I'm not doing a whole lot of like weight for projects. I'm doing like weight 3 and smaller, which I can use a 5 millimeter for that and be fine, but you know, either or. Um, Another work in progress that I have been making steady progress with is the knit bag. My scrap yarn knit bag. That's hopefully going to be a project bag. Um, let's get it untwisted. So that's as far as I've gotten. I believe I was working on this dark brown last week, and I have since gone through two other colors. They're both reds, so it's this red and that red, and I'm back to this color. Um, so I actually really like how it looks, and it's going to be a really decent size, hopefully. Um, so no, I don't have any woven in tails. And yes, they are knotted because I tie my ends together. It's just out of habit. And then one more thing. I'm gonna make today kind of short because I don't have a whole lot to talk about, and that's okay. I might do some ranting and complaining near the end here, but um, I got to bust out my electric eel wheel again. I'm currently working on some, I want to say it's acrylic fiber. Um, I bought some yarn, or I bought a blank, I didn't buy it. I got a blanket for free from a lady, who was like 30 minutes away in Kodak. I'm in Knoxville, so it wasn't all that far. Um, but I got a blanket on Monday from a lady, and it was this hand knit roving blanket. And I say it's hand knit because it was decently easy to find the tail and just unravel it. But anyways, it was like a twin to a queen size blanket of just large, like roving, I've got some of it here, already pulled apart, ready to spin. Um, and she labeled it as a wool. Um, but I did a bone test on a little bit and it beaded up like acrylic would, which is unfortunate, but practice is practice in my opinion. So, I know don't don't come for me. I know you're not supposed to put your recently spun skeins into balls, because it can stretch out the fiber. I was just impatient to get it off the bobbin and to start another one. I have multiple bobbins. Don't get me wrong. I could have easily just put another bobbin on, but I didn't wanna. And like, I really like how it turned out. I'm still not super good at spinning. I've got some thick spots, very thin spots, um, and everything, but this gets me back into spinning so that way when I go and wash my fleece and I spin from the cloud, because I don't have any equipment to do carding or combing with, um, but once I'm able to get my fleece washed and ready to go, I'm going to want to continue spinning. So it's fun. I I started crocheting when I was like, I want to say 10 to 12. I'll be 28 in October, so well over a decade. Um, I've been crocheting, and from there I started knitting. From knitting I started weaving, and then from weaving I got into spinning. Um, I started on a drop spindle, which currently that drop spindle is now part of my Lazy Kate because it's broken. It's been repaired a couple of times. Um, I just have it taped on to a old candle jar, and it works really well. You can see where it's been mended from being stepped on. Oops. Um, so yeah. Um, I do, I will say, um, just to put this there at the end, because I'm not going to make this like a 30-minute video today, or try not to. Um, I do have commissions open. Um, I'll put the blue sky link in the description. Um, I have some commissions open. I am also um, trying to get stuff in the shop so that way I can generate hopefully a little bit more income because my dear sweet husband, started a new job yesterday. Okay. Um, and that's great. Fine, dandy. Would be even better had his old boss not been holding his check, his last check, which is illegal. Yes, we know. We're already getting stuff underway with that. But because of that, it's not, I don't want to be sounding like I'm asking for money because I'm not. Um, I'm just kind of still frustrated with the whole idea of what's going on. So I wanted to get that out. That's also why I put my commission info there, um, and everything. So yeah, it's frustrating, you know? And like, I'm trying not to be mad and frustrated at his old boss because forgiveness and kindness goes a lot further than hatred, you know? So, um, it's just frustrating. And like I was going to put a meet the maker post up on TikTok and Instagram and Blue Sky today because it's May 1st, you know, May meet the maker. But I had I didn't have to. I chose to put a commission post up instead. So but it's okay. I do things and things happen and I'm gonna trust God. And that's all there is to it. Um, so all that being said, I hope you all have a great day. I hope you have a great Friday. I pray that your May is good. Um, and if you like the video, just my rambling, which with nothing getting done, leave a comment. Tell me what you're working on. Um, hit the hit the like. I'm not used to this. I'm used to streaming on Twitch. But like hit the like button, subscribe. Um, and if you want to hear about my live streaming shenanigans and art related stuff, shop updates, um, there will be a Discord link below. Come join us. I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays currently at 12 p.m. EST or EDT. It's EDT currently. It'll be EST in the fall. Uh, I like I like EST. It rolls off the tongue better. So, anyways, I'm again, I'm not editing this. I'm doing it in one take, which is fine. Um, you get to have all of the mess ups, and awkwardness because this is me. This is also what you get on Twitch. So, yeah. I hope you all have a great day, great month. Hug your loved ones because a lot of them could be struggling, you know? So, have a great day, y'all. I love you. Bye.